Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Eric. We're gonna do real talk. We're gonna do sniping. Fucking sniping in Call of Duty and how it's become all we talk about. It's conquered the game. I think moving forward it's just gonna dominate Call of Duty, and here's why. We're gonna talk about why. So background gameplay is it's real talk, so with swarms. I'm gonna drop a couple batches of fruit flies on these guys. This is pre-patch AN94. There's not much difference in post-patch. I think it's like one more shot mid to long range that you'll need going forward, but it still shits on people. I'm just gonna walk through these guys here, but so yeah, let's get into it. Sniping. There's a patch released. Vandahar, announced that he was gonna make a couple very small changes to the DSR, and everyone went out of their tits on Twitter, and I'm sure on YouTube. I haven't watched any videos about it yet, but so everyone was freaking out, and everyone was on their soapbox, myself included. Everyone was talking, but sniping's passionate in this community. People are going to talk about it, and so I don't think that the patch did anything. I just played a little bit right before I did this commentary, and I ran into a lot of snipers, a lot of DSR 50s, and a lot of quick scopers. So I didn't really see any difference. I mean, yeah, I was running a Scorpion, and you still can't win the gunfight if they're quick scoping up close. You're dead. So let's talk about how things got to where they are now, because excuse me, honestly, I think sniping gets more and more popular every day, and by the time Ghost drops, I think there's going to just be a lot of snipers. So depending on what Infinity Ward does, history says they're gonna drop their pants for the snipers in a big way, even more so than this game, and it's just gonna get even worse. So the history of sniping, though, has always been there. It's not like there was this golden age where there was Call of Duty that wasn't plagued by snipers, but I think there were a lot less people doing the quick scoping and doing the sort of stuff that makes it feel like it's just not balanced and not right. It was harder to do because most people didn't know you could even quick scope, probably, but now everybody knows it. I mean, I just watched this video that Scumpy put out a couple days ago or yesterday or something. He almost drops a 100 bomb on Cove, just shitting on people with a DSR, and it looks fun. It looks like something that would be a good time. And Call of Duty's always had sniping. Ever since the first montages that came out were sniper montages, and you had Optic was popular way back even in Modern Warfare 2. When Hutch was with them, and it was just there was always been sniping. But now it's gotten to the point where it's starting to dominate the game, and the games are sort of have made sniping very, very accessible. And fun. There's a fun factor to the sniper. I mean, I don't snipe, and I haven't put a lot of time into it. But when you do it, and you do pull off some sort of quick scope sort of thing, like it sort of makes you feel like you just did some crazy shit right there. It has a you don't run around with an MSMC and get a boner from it unless you get a quad spray or something. Just killing people with your weapon, it doesn't have the same sort of rush that sniping has. So I acknowledge that it's got its own draw, but it's always been there. And now that competitive is starting to break wide open, I see it getting even more and more popular. Sniping is put main stage. I mean, you go like a squad like Optic. They both, him and Nade Shot, Scumpy, they have really big YouTube channels. There's a lot of attention to those guys. They're streaming. They're getting 22,000 people watching them at once. And when they start, pulling out the sniper rifles and having fun and kicking ass and shitting on people, it makes people want to do it. And so the target market for Call of Duty, the video game market's supposed to be 18 to 35, but we all know that this is a very low age loaded demographic, right? So I'm gonna say that the majority of the snipers are between 12 and 20, right? Does that sound fair? I'm just being real here. 12 to 20, right? And so the majority of that number there is probably under 18. Most of them. The average 12-year-old who picks up Call of Duty, he probably wants to snipe. And there's a lot of 12 to 18-year-old guys buying Call of Duty. They're not supposed to be playing it yet, but they're buying it. I mean, shit, have the competitive guys were playing, you know, professionally before they were even old enough to play the fucking game, right? So it's nothing new that, you know, young guys are sniping and buying video games. So we shouldn't expect developers and publishers to listen to us. You know, if you're one of the people who's like, you know, the sniper's not balanced, it's not right, you know, I should be able to win that gunfight. Why the fuck would they listen to us? How many of us are there? And how many are there people who want to fucking run around and do 360 no scopes? I'm pretty sure at this point we're outnumbered. So now it's just business. Now it's just making money and selling copies of a game. It's like Metallica, right? I mean, you know, they put out this album in 1992 called the Black Album, and it was when they broke open. I mean, when I was in 8th grade, I got made fun of for listening to Metallica. Okay, this is like 1989. By 1993, everybody knew who Metallica was. Before 1989, nobody knew who Metallica was. So at some point, their producer, Bob Rock, said, look, you guys are already the most respected guy around. Now do you want to get rich? Or do you want to keep proving what you've already proven? And that essentially is what Call of Duty has gotten to. They already proved that they're the slickest, fastest, most fun shooter around. And now it's time to make some fucking millions. And so they're going to cater to the demographic. And they're going to give them what they want. That's it, guys. Real talk. Listen to this funny shit at the end. And I'll talk to you later.
Time to get
MrChaosMath, you suck. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do. Ooh. You suck. You're on you. Who's on YouTube? I'm gonna be on YouTube.